One of the ways that you can change your life that you have to do, one of the things that you have to do to change your life is to change your standards. You have to raise your standards up and not accept crap. I mean, I still go shop at the thrift store, but I don't buy just whatever because I need a pair of shoes. I don't just buy the crappy piece of shoes that I can afford, which, at the thrift store I can usually afford most of them. But I don't go buy the crappy pair of shoes that I could just afford that are good enough, that have good enough tread. Maybe they don't look good or anything like that. No, I see a pair of shoes that looks good and I look at it, see if it fits perfectly, if it fits comfortably, see if it actually looks like it's been used multiple times over, because I don't really want that. I don't want that. When you do that, it doesn't make you feel good. I'm very big on look good, feel good, very self-conscious, essentially. Hence why I dress the way I do. I don't wear expensive clothing, but I wear nice clothing. And that's where my standard is. I want things to be nice. I like things being nice. I'm in a nice car right now. This is a Durango RT 2018. Not trying to brag, I'm just saying this is what it was. I decided I wanted to have that nice thing. And, I maybe have done it a dumb way. That can be debated. But the way that it helps my mental state is fantastic. It does. Having nice things make you feel nice. It's just very simple for me. We got ourselves the Expedition that we got. It was a King Ranch, and it was older. It was way cheaper. It's not a brand new one. I'm not spending $90,000 on a car. But we got one that was way cheaper. It was a salvage title, but it looks fantastic. And it makes you feel good because you like it so much, because it feels good. Now, you don't have to necessarily get like a luxury vehicle to do that. You just have to have a vehicle that still makes you feel good, that makes you have fun, that makes you enjoy it. I enjoy driving, so I enjoyed some of the cars that I had that would make me just zip around real quick. And so changing my standards, I almost settled for a minivan, which I would have never made me happy. I would have hated that. I almost settled for just cars that were not up to the standard that I wanted. And I decided, no, I'm not settling. I'm going to find this. We're going to make it work. If we can't find it, we're going to find something in the price range we're looking for. And we were able to make it happen. Once I decided that, though, I made it happen within a week. But I was looking for months and nothing happened. And then I decided, no, I want this. This is what I want. This is what I expect. And these are the standards I'm going to hold myself to. And I made it happen within a week. That's the same thing with this job. I decided, no, I am not accepting these crappy, low-paying jobs. I am a network engineer. I have studied. I have gone to college. I have more experience than a lot of people did in my field, especially in my area. And I was like, no, I am going to find a job that will recognize that and will pay me what I believe I will get. And that was my standard that I had changed. I went from accepting these low-paying jobs to high-paying jobs, to actually getting jobs that are worth doing, because I know in order to get ahead, the best way to do that is to just change your income, is to just increase your income. So I've gone through all this schooling. I've gone through so many stinking interviews. I've made sure I've looked nice and presentable. I've honed my craft as far as interviewing goes and as far as what I do in networking. And now I am at a job that I am happy with the pay I am getting. I am happy. Well, I'm accepting of the pay. Obviously, I want more. I always want more. There's always going to be that need for more. But I'm okay with where I'm at right now. I'm okay with what it is allowing me to do. It's giving me a leg up in certain areas. It could be better pay technically, but I'm doing it because I raised those standards. I raised my standards, and I refused to accept less. I refused to accept that stupid $20 offer that I was given as a network engineer, $20 for something that they expected crazy overtime. They didn't want to pay hourly. They wanted to pay salary, so you didn't even get paid overtime. It was just a whole crap. And there was a lot of jobs like that. And then I didn't accept another job that was higher paying, that was way high paying, because it would just destroy my life. It would destroy my relationship that I've built, my family that I've built. It would just destroy that, because I would be traveling. I'd be gone so much, and that's not a thing. I will not accept that. My standard for myself is my family is always first priority. My family is the top of the list. So if I can't make that happen, then those decisions that I'm making don't even matter to me, because they aren't even an option. Because if they're going to hinder or hurt my family, I'm not going to do it. I'm in a position that I can do that. I'm not in a position where we're starving, so I have to take whatever I can get. But the standards were risen, and because of those standards being risen, I have gone to another level that I am excited to be at. Now, I'm not saying I'm wealthy, I'm rich, or anything like that. I'm spending my time in a townhome right now over here. I still have a house over there, but it's in shambles. It was flooded, so we have to fix it still. So it's like, it's setting myself up to be in a very good position, but it's not going to be there for a while. And so that's not my main goal. That's just kind of happening in the background, because there's nothing I can actively do for it right now, which is just accepting standards, accepting that there's a plan, accepting that there's things. Just the changing of the standards has really been the key factor in changing my entire life. And if you can understand that, if you can get to the point where you're not just saying, yes, I want to do this, I want to be a millionaire, my standards are I'm a billionaire, then you can, if you can do that, where you're not just saying it, you're not just throwing it out there, but truly believe that your standards have risen, but truly believe that you are not compromising on the standards that you have created, that you have set forth, then you will notice an insane amount of growth once you finally decide that, once you finally get after it. That's exactly what happened to me. It was literally a New Year's resolution. I'm like, no, I'm not going down. We are not going backwards. We are not lowering ourselves to anything else. I'm not saying if you have the less things, you're lowering yourself, but I'm just saying we believe we're here. We're not going to go to what we believe is here. We're going to still here or up. There is no going down. We can stay here for a little bit, but it can't stay for too long. My standard is growth. So it will grow, but it can be slow. It can be slow growth, but it will be growth. And that is my new standard. That is my standard for life. That is my standard for my position in my job. That is my standard for the work I give out. That is my standard for everything, my conversations with people, the effort I give people, the effort I give life. That is my standard. And because of that, I feel like it's possible. I feel like the goals I have are possible. I feel like the money I want to have is possible. I feel like the house I want to have is possible. And getting yourself to that point where you have hope is, or not even hope. If you have belief, getting to that point where you literally believe that it's going to happen. Not because you're delusional, but because you've seen the steps that other people have taken. You've seen other people do it. You've seen it happen. You can see it with your eyes. You can feel it. You can taste it. You can touch it. When you get to that point, not going to lie, the stress of everything kind of just goes way down. Like, you still get stressed out, but it's nowhere near as impactful. You're able to kind of just mellow out. And that's been a big thing for me. So raising my standards has changed my life. It can change yours. You just got to actually figure out what you want those standards to be and make them, and decide that consciously. Make that decision consciously, and don't just let someone give it to you. Don't let somebody like your dad, your mom, anybody else give you your standards. Give you your own standards and decide that, and be ready for pushback, because people who don't live up to those standards will say you want too much. That's not the case. There is not too little in this world. There is abundance, and you can access that. You just have to go over, change your standards, and truly believe that you deserve what you do deserve. So this isn't manifestation. This is just mindset change.